I'm going to read you the story of Mary, Martha, and Lazarus. Mary and Martha were sisters. They lived in a little house in Bethany with their brother Lazarus. Jesus often came to visit them because they were his friends. One day in the house in Bethany, everyone was anxious. Lazarus was ill. It wasn't the kind of illness where people tell you to go back to sleep and you'll feel better. It was the kind where they knew that unless a miracle happened, Lazarus would die. Mary and Martha had often seen Jesus work miracles. They had seen him make lame people walk and blind people see. So they sent a message to Jesus to tell him how ill Lazarus was. When Jesus was given the message, his friends were all with him. They knew how much Jesus loved the little family in Bethany. They expected Jesus to set off at once to see Lazarus. But Jesus just carried on with what he was doing. "We don't understand," said one of the disciples to Jesus. "The message said that Lazarus was so ill he might die. Why don't you go to heal him?" There is a very good reason, Jesus said. "Wait and see." When they had waited for 2 days, Jesus said, "Now it is time to go to Bethany." They said goodbye to the people they had been staying with, and they set off over the hills to Bethany. As they walked along the street of the little village, the people came out of their houses to talk to them. They all knew Jesus. "Why didn't you come?" they asked. "Lazarus is dead." Then they all saw Martha hurrying down the road towards them. "Oh, Jesus," she cried, "you loved him so much. I'm sure he would not have died if you had come before." Jesus told Martha, "God will give Lazarus a new life if you believe what I say." "I know he will in the end, when we all see God," Martha said, puzzled. Jesus said, "I am the resurrection and the life. Everyone who believes in me has that new life already, even though he dies. Don't be sad, Martha. Just believe me." When Mary came out of the house, they all went to the cave in the hillside where Lazarus had been buried. The opening of the cave had been closed with a huge stone. Everyone was crying. They were thinking how much they were going to miss Lazarus. Jesus cried with them. Then he spoke in a loud voice that made them jump. "Move that stone away from the cave," he told them. "But Lazarus has been dead for 4 days, Martha protested. The stone was pushed away. Jesus looked up and said to God, "Father, thank you. I know you will do what I ask, and then all these people will believe that you sent me." Then Jesus looked at the dark entrance of the cave and shouted, "Lazarus, come out!" The people could hardly bear to look. They were scared. Mary and Martha trusted Jesus. They remembered Jesus had said that he was the resurrection and the life. Suddenly, Lazarus was standing at the opening of the cave. The people stood absolutely still, with their mouths wide open. They were amazed. "Hurry up and untie the grave clothes he's wearing," Jesus said. One or two of the braver people did just as Jesus said. Then everyone crowded around Lazarus. He looked completely well. His skin was warm and his face was very happy. Many of the people went back with Jesus to the home of Lazarus to celebrate. Martha and Mary were so glad that Jesus had come. Some of the people went away to the city. They told everyone they met about what had happened. "It's amazing," they said. "When Jesus called him, Lazarus came out of the cave, and now he is alive and well." But the priests and rulers were not pleased. They were more jealous of Jesus than ever before. The end.